Great. So, welcome back to another episode of our heart powered inspirational interviews. And as every time, we have an incredible guest with you today. It's a great friend, I met her already in Paris. We are part of a mentoring program together, and she's really a powerhouse. And she's the founder of Women Leaders Association (WLA), which she established actually in 2015. And I know that her passion is helping female leaders break their inner and outer glass ceiling. We always think like we women in corporates, we have just an outer glass ceiling. No, the biggest one is actually sitting inside. And she's helping people and especially women to leave them behind so they can strive and fly in their career and their business. So she's also a certified executive coach, and she's actually coaching not only women but also men in how to bring their best selves into work every single day. So I know that clients that work with her makes sure that they love what they do, they make a bigger impact, and they walk into their office every morning with a big smile on their face, right? And her client work has taken her all around the world, all over Europe, the Far East, the Middle East, Africa, and even recently to the Caribbean. What a great place to work. And she published already two books. The first one is Handbags in the Boardroom, which is amazing. And the second one is Smash the Glass Ceiling, which I can't wait to actually read them both, Sandra. She's also a highly popular speaker at conferences in Britain, and she's been at a prestigious international WIN conference in Rome. Interesting enough, I've been giving a workshop there too. We should have met back then already, but we didn't know each other yet. And outside of work, she has two teenage children, and she lives in Cheshire in the UK. And she also enjoys reading, walking, and spending time with her family. And one of her claims to fame is spending 12 months as a licensed on-course bookmaker. That sounds amazing. Anyhow, my wonderful guest today is Sandra Green. Sandra, it's great to have you with us.
Oh, thank you so much, Monique. It's a pleasure to be here. It really is. And hopefully I can share a little bit of wisdom and a little bit of light.
I'm sure you will, because you always inspire me.
Thank you.
Great. Why don't we jump in right away? Why don't you tell me and everyone here today, at these current times, it's not easy for everyone. And tell us, what keeps you positive and vibrant and joyful and in the vortex?
Yeah, I think it's a great question because it's incredibly hard right now. We're facing this pandemic, which the world has never seen before. And in one way, it's a great leveler, isn't it? Because none of us are missing out on anything. We're all stuck at home. We're all having to do the same kind of things and trying to find our way through it all. And it's very hard and very easy, I guess, to fall into the trap of looking at the news, of worrying about everybody, worrying about ourselves. And in fact, just about an hour ago, I was looking at the news again and I thought, stop, Sandra, stop, because I could sense my energy dropping down. So it's really, really important to me and to the world that as leaders, we are able to step into a space where we feel enlightened and feel uplifted, because I think we do our best thinking and our best action when we are feeling more in flow. And how do you do that? Which is what Monique's saying. And I do a whole heap of things. And I am an avid believer and follower of meditation. I've meditated for several years. Although, can I just say, I used to get so frustrated with people who meditated. I was like, I can't do it. My voice used to go, and I'd give myself a hard time because I thought, how do people do it? But I stuck at it and I stuck at it and I stuck at it. And I can't go a day without it. And I even do it in the evenings now as well as the mornings. So I always wake up and that's the first thing that I do after I've lit my little candle next to me. So I think meditation is a really important thing. I'm also a big believer in doing exercise. So every day I have a dog. I live in the countryside, so I walk my dog for an hour, at least an hour a day, which is great. I have very popular around, or how do I describe it? I'm thinking food. Comfort eating is an important part of my life. But around about a year, 18 months ago, I started working with a nutritionist, and we were focused on what food. This is a great tip for you. What food gives you energy and what food takes your energy away? And she made me track my energy an hour after I'd eaten and 3 hours after I'd eaten. So I'd have like a protein day or a carb day or a fruit day. It was brilliant. And one of the things that changed my life. So I actually like nice, healthy foods. And I no longer have to eat all the rubbish. Although having said that, my daughter's working from home as well as me, and we are both into baking. So we've been piling a few pounds on in these last few weeks because we've enjoyed just spending that time together. So I'm going off point a bit, but there's something about meditation, listening to music. I do that, walking in nature, reading, journaling. I journal every day. I download every day. And I'm very mindful of my hydration and my nutrition. They're probably, and I don't watch the news. Oh, and the other thing that I would highly recommend, which I've done in the last couple of years, is to shake off the people who don't give you good energy. Surround yourself in a community, in individuals who lift you up. We all need lifting up. We all have bad days. Yeah. And if anybody's not giving you that, you need to let them go.
Oh my God, so many golden nuggets, and every single one is so important. And I realize that we have a lot of similar habits that lift us up. It's great. And every single one of you, I rather really advise you to transcribe this and take note of every single point that Sandra made, or every single one is so important. Well, Sandra, tell us, what are you doing right now? Because you and I, we know that the current time, no matter how challenging it is, no matter how heartbreaking it is right now for quite some of our friends, but still, I mean, it's also a time of opportunity, of chances. What do you do right now? What are 3 things you do right now in your business to bring us to the next level while we are going through these times?
Yeah, there's a couple of different ways to look at this, actually. I want to share the biggest thing that I'm doing right now because I'm super, super passionate about this. It was literally a week ago, last Friday, it's Saturday today, so a week ago, I woke up really bothered about I serve leaders in corporates, and what can we do? Because the taps turned right down, understandably, because leaders are like, I need to look after my people, and I'm really worried about my business and organization. I don't need development at the moment, but I know, and Monique will know, that actually they need us more than ever, because they need a sounding board and they need someone to help them with their thinking and to be there for them, to give them that space. So I kind of woke up and thought I need to put together a program, and I've done summits in the past. You're probably familiar with these kind of online summits. Not for a few years though, and I thought I need to do a summit. I don't know what or how or who. I reached out to an amazing community, and I honest to God, within 2 or 3 hours, I had about a dozen people say, absolutely want to help you. What can we do? It's now turned into a 2-week leadership festival. We've got over 20 speakers from all over the world coming on topics from leadership, for career tips, on well-being, on spiritual healing, and trying to give a smorgasbord of things for leaders that will help. It's free, completely free. I've spent hours and hours on it, and I've pulled it together, and I am really excited about what we have and what we can offer. And I wanted to do something. So I'm saying this because this has come from a place of service and very much from my heart. And I wanted to do something that would make a difference. And I think if you're true to who you are and true to your brand, you should find things within you that will really help other people. And also will help me, because I'm going to learn tons in the next 2 weeks. So I'm like really quitting. The other thing that I have been doing is switching my business online. So I'm an executive coach, and it's great because now my clients are like, oh, let's just Zoom. Whereas before, when I've said, shall we Zoom? They're like, oh, no, I need to see you. I've got to give you a hug and be with you. And so that's been great. We've gone online. I ran a half-day VIP session just this week online, and she was a bit apprehensive. My God, we had all sorts. She was blown away just because we could focus so much more and be really in the moment and in the zone. So I've switched that online. And similarly, the WLA that Monique kindly mentioned before has been an events-led program. So we've been out meeting people, and my online bit's only been a small bit, and now it's got to be the main part of what I do. So I'm having to re-record new videos and think about how does the course program work, and how do people log on. So I'm having to learn shed loads at the moment. So I think we have to pivot. We all have to, and we've got a brilliant opportunity to serve more people, because we're going to be much more efficient and productive with our time. So that's what I've done.
Amazing. And I can't wait for soon enough that you're I love how you're calling it a festival, right? And it's actually going to be a firework of insights and advice and hints and tips. And I think all of us are into learning big time right now. So it's going to be an incredible opportunity for for corporate leaders, for business leaders, but also for entrepreneurs, because a lot of these topics are actually applying to anyone in business.
So, there's loads of great stuff on there, and some will be appropriate and some isn't. It's just like when you go for a buffet, isn't it? You have a look and you go, fancy a bit of that and fancy a bit of that. And we're recording the whole lot, and also the speakers have all been giving freebies away. It's kind of like, it's mind-blowing, really.
I know, and I gotta be honest, so I look forward to it, and I know that the incredible leaders and are all inspiring, and speakers are all inspiring leaders, so you definitely want to check that out.
Please do.
Also, Sandra, you're saying that normally you're working with your clients, actually, your business leaders, actually a lot face to face, and you're saying that you're pivoting your business right now by just stepping up and doing it online. So what is your experience? Because a lot of people are very afraid of going from live gatherings, live working with their clients. They say, well, I don't think I can do it with my clients online. What is your experience on making that transition?
Pretty easy, actually. I'm a people person. I like to read people. I like to sense them. And I do pick up on people's energy in terms of where they're at. But actually you can, because clients are really open on Zoom, because they're not bothered about, if you're in a hotel lounge, for example, there could be people walking past, or if they're in the office, they're distracted, I can tell. Whereas when they're working from home on Zoom, they're giving their whole selves, and it works. Is it 100%? Well, actually, the one this week was brilliant. So I think it can work really well. You've just got to trust. You've got to have the faith. You've got to just believe in this happening. And interestingly, I was talking to a consultant friend of mine who said that he has been like a dinosaur when it comes to taking stuff online. And one of his clients pulled a whole global program he's been working on, and said, unless you can get what you do online, and we're not sure what you do will work, if you manage to do that, we'll consider bringing you through. So he said, I spent 24 hours on YouTube. I made myself go through the pain of video after video. He said, I talked to my son and I did it. And I put a proposal in, and they said, we'll pilot you, we'll give you a shot. And it went a storm. Well, he's brilliant anyway. He's brilliant. And he said, I'm so proud of myself, he said, and now they want to include it in the whole thing. So we're all in the same boat, guys. Yes, there are some great techies people, but if you're kind of in the 40 plus, 50 plus category, you're going to find this hard, but we all are. And there is tons of help out there. So you've got to just do it, for goodness sake. You've got nothing to lose and loads to gain. And you've got more time back because you're not commuting anymore. So you've got hours extra every day to get learning. That's what I would say.
I love that. And, one side is actually ourselves to, actually, first of all, learn how to do it, then do it, right? And really stepping out of our comfort zone if we just mostly work with our clients live. I'm like your friend. I have done it pretty much since the beginning, online and, in the last couple of years, also some live elements. But, I'm used to online, but not everyone is, and it's scary when you need to make that transition. But the other side is actually really a lot of people say, I don't think my clients want to do it online. I think they were only wanting me live. What is your experience?
Actually,
you're switching.
No, sorry to interrupt. I agree. I think you're absolutely right. I think there's been a huge shift, and a lot of my colleagues and the pipeline has just turned off. And even though we know it works, there's this whole, how on earth do you make training work online? I don't even get it. My instinct and my intuition is that within a few weeks, because everybody's going to be on this Zoom the whole time or on Microsoft Teams, they're going to want something a bit different. They're going to want some facilitation. They're going to want some rooms forming. They're going to want some whiteboards appearing on screen. And they're going to want to connect with trainers and authors and speakers who get it and can do it, because they'll be fed up of doing the same one-on-one. Suddenly you can open up this whole other world. And we were on an experience, weren't we, Monique, a couple of weeks ago, where our mentor put us into rooms, and it was amazing. Suddenly you pop up in a room and you had these great conversations, and the time was ticking, and then we were zoomed back into the main room, and it worked absolute treat. And it's change, isn't it? We're all fearful of change. We all rather stay where we've been. It's much nicer, much more comfortable to do what we've always done than to step into the place that we've not done it before, especially with technology.
But you're saying that your clients are actually pretty open to the option of doing it online with you now, where they cannot meet you physically.
One-on-one clients are, Monique, but in all honesty and transparency, my group the group programs, no, they're kind of pressing pause. But I have got one client who is in the IT space. So I'm going to use that as oh, look, it's worked really well here. But I believe that they will come to it, is what I'm thinking. And interestingly, I heard the other day a sales trainer in the business to business space they've said, yes, we want you to spend the next 2 months developing the online version of what you do, so we will then be ready to work with you. So I think it will suddenly explode. So we've got to be ready.
And also, I think that the longer it takes, the more people will open up to it, because there's then no alternative anymore and we can't sit it out, right? So,
exactly.
Okay, great. So amazing insights from your side as well again. Sandra, just tell us, there's so much inspiration, but inspiration without action is actually not leading us anywhere. So what would you say? What is one thing you advise, everyone that is with us today, to actually do right away? What one action that you would advise everyone to take to really get their business to the next level?
Well, I don't know if I've got one particular one, because I think there's loads of stuff, because we can sit. I think I'm a quick start. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a high visionary. I can see over the hills and far away. I'm in the Alps when I'm still a million miles away. So I find it difficult sometimes to decide on the course of action. But one thing I've learned is to take imperfect action and to actually do something. So every day I am learning something. So I'm going on and I'm going online, to either watch a webinar. I do sign up to a few too many, really, but I'm watching a webinar, or I'm an avid reader. I've got about 8 books by the side of my bed. And I am reaching out to coaches and to mentors, and I'm just thinking all the time, where am I at? And I tell you what I've stopped doing. I have stopped thinking, where am I going in 12, even 6 months? And I'm thinking, what can I do in the next month? What's the next potential 90 days looking like? And what are the actions I'm going to need to take? So being really kind of bringing everything right back here. Because, we're living in this time where this blooming pandemic is horrific, and it could take any of us at any time. So in one way, I'm thinking, what is the point of thinking above there? So if I'm here in 4 weeks' time, where do I want my business to be, and what are the actions I'm going to need to take? So, as simple as learning some different ways of using Zoom. I mean, I think you're putting something out, aren't you, Monique, about that? So what's one thing you can do today to learn and to develop and to move yourself and your thinking further forward? And I think you've got to focus on the bits you're scared about. So step into that fear zone and expand your knowledge and expand your wisdom. There's a ton of stuff out there. And I would give one other, is get yourself an accountability buddy. Have somebody who can work with you. In fact, I've got 2. And I have a call at 7 o'clock every single morning. And I also have a weekly one with somebody else, just to keep me on track, because it's very easy to get distracted, very easy to lose your way. So they would be, I'd give you 2. There you go. How's that?
I love it. I love it. And, as you did, Sandra, you asked yourself the question, what can I do right now to serve in a greater way, right? And you said, okay, so what is one thing I can focus on right now? And what's the next step to take, and bring on board an accountability partner to help you manage.
And actually, Monique, when I think about it, I do believe in the kind of whole spiritual universe, and I believe that we are all interconnected. And when I knew something was bubbling for me a week ago, and I just listened, that pause and that listen, and the idea came. As soon as you get an idea that you notice a jolt of positive energy around, you notice an intake of breath, that's the one you go with, and you put something out there. And what happened for me was everything just happened easily. It was effortlessly. I was just typing stuff that was coming from me. I was like, what is this? How is this happening? And people were appearing.
It was an idea, it was an insight that you heard, was given to you, and you listened, and then you took action on it. I love it. Great. I'm sure, Sandra, people, want to know more about you. Where can they find you? And yeah, where can they
My
connect?
main website is thewla.com, and that's where I do my corporate leadership work. I'm on LinkedIn a lot, so come and find me on LinkedIn. My profile is Sandra Green 1, which is quite easy, which is quite nice. I've been on there that long. I'm also on Twitter at WLA Women. You can find me there, or at Sandra the Coach. Do I use anything else? I think I'm on Facebook. I tend to use Facebook for my personal stuff, but I have got a Women Leaders Association page there. But predominantly, come and find me on LinkedIn and message me on there, and I'd love to hook up with you.
I love it. So thank you so much, Sandra. I mean, I could actually listen to you forever. So much valuable suggestions you're giving. Thank you for being with us today. And all of you, thank you for checking in and for being with us on our heart-powered, inspiring interviews every single time. Great to have you. So let's go. Let's take some of the advice from Sandra, make it happen, and it will actually get you to the next level too. Okay, have a fabulous day, everyone, and we'll be back with another episode very soon. All the best.